The United States should abide by the market regulation of fair competition and stop politicizing economic and trade issues, and provide a fair, just, and non-discriminatory business environment for companies all over the world, including from China. China will take necessary measures to firmly safeguard the lawful and legitimate rights and interests of Chinese companies. The education cooperation between China and the United States are mutually beneficial. China always opposes politicizing education cooperation. Relevant moves of the United States will only harm its own image and international credibility. China will firmly safeguard the legitimate interests of its students and scholars overseas. Vice President Han Zheng will attend from June the 7th to 13th to attend the UN Ocean Conference in Nice, France, and visit Spain upon invitation. Now the floor is open for questions. Today is the World Environment Day. Commentators say that in recent years, China has set the pace in global green transition and made notable achievements in renewable energy exploration and other fields, and contributed to the energy transition programs in other developing countries. What's your comment? China has been a staunch doer in green development. Over the past 20 years, since the green is gold philosophy was put forward, China has found ways to tackle many of the challenges in ecological governance. China has properly handled the relations between development and conservation and has witnessed the fastest energy intensity reduction and most visible improvement of air quality. China accounts for a quarter of the world's newly added areas of afforestation and has built the world's largest and fastest growing renewable energy system and the largest and most complete new energy industrial chain. China is also an important contributor to the global green transition. China has green energy cooperation projects with over 100 countries and regions, and actively supports the free flow of high-quality green technologies and products. China provides over 80% of the photovoltaic components and 70% of wind power equipment in the world, and has enabled the global average cost of the construction of wind and solar power plants to drop by more than 60% and 80% respectively. As a result, countries in the world, especially the developing countries, have affordable and better access to clean energy. We all share one planet and are one humanity. China is committed to green development that prioritizes eco-conservation and will continue acting responsibly as an enabler to working with the rest of the world to implement the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities and build a clean, beautiful, and sustainable world. Next one, please.
U.S. President Donald Trump signed a new travel ban on Wednesday, targeting 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Iran, and Yemen, reviving one of the most controversial measures from his first term. Does the Foreign Ministry have a comment on this? Thank you.
We noted relevant reports, and people-to-people exchange is a foundation for exchange and cooperation between countries.
下一个问题。
Thank you. Question from Reuters. Also on U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday suspended for an initial 6 months the entry into the United States of foreign nationals seeking to study or participate in programs at Harvard University. What is the ministry's response to this? Thank you.
The education cooperation between China and the United States are mutually beneficial. China always opposes politicizing education cooperation. Relevant moves of the United States will only harm its own image and international credibility. China will firmly safeguard the legitimate interests of its students and scholars overseas. Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Thank you. Another question from Reuters. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission voted unanimously to call for public comment on possible new regulations for foreign companies listed on American stock markets. They say that Chinese firms in particular have benefited from having to make fewer regular disclosures to investors. How does the ministry view the move towards tougher regulations in the U.S.? Thank you.
The United States should abide by the market regulation of fair competition and stop politicizing economic and trade issues, and provide a fair, just, and non-discriminatory business environment for companies all over the world, including from China. China will take necessary measures to firmly safeguard the lawful and legitimate rights and interests of Chinese companies. Next one, please.
That due to China's export controls on rare earth, Japanese automaker Suzuki has suspended production of its main small cars in Japan because of delays in procuring parts. It has been reported that that is the first case in Japan. So what is the foreign minister's response to this?
China's export control measures are consistent with universal practices and are non-discriminatory and not targeted at any particular country. I'd refer you to competent Chinese authorities for anything specific. Next one, please. Any other questions?
Hi, question from Bloomberg. We're wondering if you have any information on any potential call between President Trump and President Xi Jinping. And the second question is that the SCMP has reported that Australian Prime Minister Albanese will visit China this summer and meet with President Xi. We're wondering if you can confirm this. Thank you.
On your first question, I have no information to share. On your second question, China's position on developing its relations with Australia is consistent and clear. We stand ready to enhance exchanges and cooperation with Australia and work for a more mature, stable, and productive, comprehensive strategic partnership between China and Australia. Regarding the specific visit, I have nothing to share.